Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Cameron aspiring actor. Cameron act aspiring lover here. Yeah, so we're going to be finishing season 5A, this video, and then there's only 3 more to go? So many things happen in these last 3 episodes, and especially episode 51. Yo, is 51 actually legit 51? It's not! Episode 51 is episode 50. Dead Freight is episode 51 in order. So close, they should have just made like some sort of like filler episode. How expensive would that have been just so that episode 51 is the 51st episode that they produced? Walter said the methylamine keeps flowing, no matter what. We're not ramping down, we're just getting started. Nothing stops this train. I love how in the very next episode they're literally stopping a train to rob it of its methylamine so that their product keeps flowing. See, there's just so much foreshadowing in just this one particular episode in general. They're placing a lot of emphasis and focus on the watch that Jesse gives Walter. And you guys mentioned in the comment section that Mike said that Walter's a ticking time bomb. And the watch at the end of the episode, as it's ticking down, you could read it as a countdown. What's going to happen if the watch gets destroyed? Is Walter going to go off? So that gift of Jesse's seems very sentimental to Walter. It's not just an ordinary watch, it's going to come back again. Even Hank noticed it. It seems like it's the only gift that he received on his 51st birthday that he actually likes. In the previous night, Walter was talking to Skylar about, maybe we should have a birthday celebration. You know, a party, invite friends and family, have chocolate cake. You know, Walter, he's expecting this, birthday bash celebration when he returns home, right? And, he was so excited. He's like, it's my birthday, so I better get home. There's probably a lot of people waiting for me. You know, I'm the man of the hour. When he returns home, it's just a dark house, Skylar, she's not even cooking anything. She's just ordering food. She's got the chocolate cake, sure, and Walter Jr.'s just watching TV. It's not what he expected. He thinks so highly of himself. It's just like he's completely forgotten everything that has transpired this past year. He doesn't have a whole lot of friends anymore. He's pushed away a lot of his friends. The principal, she's not going to come around anymore. He tried to make a move on her. Elliot and Gretchen, don't go there. We don't talk about Elliot and Gretchen. Not anymore. But, there's also the possibility that Skylar didn't even mention anything to any of their friends. Hank and Marie still showed up, but as the night went on, it transpired into Skylar almost drowning and a screaming match later on that night. So, not the most pleasant 51st birthday. Walter's very proud of showing off his watch, too. He's telling Skylar that the person that he got it from tried to kill him just a couple weeks ago, and now they're cool. And just like with him, Skylar, you'll also forgive him, right? You'll get used to it. Just another day. In time, you'll also forgive me, Skylar. He's so arrogant right now. I also picked up at the end of the episode when the watch is counting down, it sounded like a gun was getting cocked. Maybe it's foreshadowing guns. The crime drama has guns in it. We know that there's a flash forward of Walter at the age of 52, and he's hunting somebody. He met up with his gun guy, and he received a rifle, so maybe the watch is ticking down the year to come. So from 51 to 52, leading up to Walter hunting this person, whoever it is. Maybe they destroyed the watch, and he's getting revenge. Maybe they took his hat. There's so many things that could happen in a year. Walter seems like he's out for revenge, like he's hunting somebody. And I think this watch is just, counting down to that, fire. Could be Jesse, could be Skylar, could be Hank. A lot of things can happen in a year. Could be Declan, his competition, Mike, Lydia. I don't know. We'll just have to see. I'm not in this for the meth business or the money business. I'm in it for the empire business. I feel like Walter's always craved recognition or validation. And after Walter told Jesse about how he was bought out of his shares of gray matter, the remaining pieces of, who Walter is, it's starting to fall into place. Yes, Walter's incredibly prideful, and he holds grudges. He checks gray matter stocks every week to remind himself of the opportunity of a lifetime he lets slip through his fingers. He's been doing that for 20 years. That can't be good for your mental well-being. And that was probably the reason why he was depressed all the time. Like Walter, since the start of the series, he's always had a chip on his shoulder. He feels like his kids have been screwed out of their birthright. I really want to know what her family told Walter and why he left. Like, come on. There's a reason, like, he skimmed over the reason why he chose to sell his shares and just, like, dip, right? There's something you're not telling us, man. You took something the wrong way. Don't skim over the details. I want to know. We're running out of time. I want to know. Is there some sort of, like, canonical story, a comic maybe, of, like, Walter's past that I can read after the series, just so I know what actually happened? But now that he's diagnosed with cancer, he bought himself some time, right? He wants to realize his full potential, but Walter's past the point of no return right now. He only has so much time left, and that's not going to be enough time to fix all the damage that he's done to his family. This is his last chance. If he lets this opportunity slip through his fingers, like, he'll be back to where he started, essentially. So he can't stop now. If you take this empire-building endeavor of his away from him, he's got nothing left to live for. His family hates him now. This is the only thing that he has. So every time Jesse and Mike say that I'm out, or like, we should probably quit while we're ahead, Walter, he takes it so personally. He's going to do whatever he can to continue, no matter what. There's nothing stopping this train. And Walter, he just wants everything now. It took Gus 20 years to build this empire of his, and Walter, like, he feels like he can do one better. I'll do it in a year. He's concocted this plan to deal with Declan, his competition, take his money, and keep the methylamine. He might try to take him out as well and expand his territory. It's all building a brand, building a name. The name Heisenberg is going to be all over the place. He can't gain time, so that's why he wants to do everything fast. He's rushing through everything. Could you imagine if Walter had, like, time? 20 years? Like Gus? Man, this guy would be, like, king of the underworld right now. Jesse Pinkman. Don't beat yourself up, man. You couldn't have known that these burglars would have taken your orders so literally. Especially Matt Damon. I mean, Todd. He does actually look like Matt Damon. Jesse was the one that gave the order to Todd. No one other than us can ever know that this robbery went down. Nobody. You got it? Matt Damon. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Jesse feels guilty about the kid dying. Drew is his name. Jesse wanted to get rid of Todd. The options were either fire him, dispose of him, or keep an eye on him. And it didn't look like Jesse was a fan of option 2 or 3. So, you know, he's still, like, against killing, even though he has killed several people now. It was up to a vote, and Mike and Walter voted to keep a close eye on Todd, which, you know, it's smart right now. If they fired him, he knows too much, and he's going to talk. Or if they fired him, they would have to pay him off. And Walter is just absolutely against more money being spent unnecessarily. Walter's already riled up enough, having these 9 guys of Mike who are in prison that still need their hazard pay, and they're taking a cut of Walter's cash. So they opted to keep an eye on him. For good reason, too. Like, this guy's a psychopath. Todd, not only did he kill the kid, he also took the kid's spider, too. And he was more fascinated with the spider than he was actually feeling remorse for what he had just done. There is a psychopath right there. You guys are right, he probably is like a serial killer. And he just takes, like, trophies. These guys from Venomous Pest are not to be taken lightly. They know a lot, Walter. They steal for a living, no empathy whatsoever, and I don't think they're scared of Walter or Mike in the least. You understand the concept of leverage, right, Walter? You have none. Not with these guys. If anything, they have leverage over you, man. You need them so that you can keep cooking. You need them more than they need you. All it takes is just a word from Todd to tell them about the methylamine that they secured from the great train robbery. And then they can blackmail Jesse and Walter into getting more of a share from their profits. And then what's going to happen? Nobody can know but us. Right, Jesse? Mike. Mike doesn't trust Walter or Lydia. He thinks Lydia's a loose cannon, and he thinks Walter is a ticking time bomb. Seems like the only people in the show that you can trust are Mike and Jesse. They're both men of their word. But Mike especially is a man of his word. It's his strongest trait, but it's also a weakness, I think. Mike cares a lot about fulfilling his end of the deal with these 9 guys in prison right now and making sure that they get their hazard pay. It's just what you do. This may also explain why Mike was so loyal to Gustavo for so long. Even after watching Gus murder Victor in front of him and manipulate Jesse into thinking that he's a hero. Like, he always remained loyal. Even after Gus passed away, like, Mike was furious. It seemed like it was a promise that he wasn't able to keep. And now he's doing anything and everything to protect these 9 guys. And I think Walter's taken advantage of that with this whole plan against Declan that he's going to be enacting in the next episode. Walter did seem a little bit sinister. Like, there's confident, and then there's that look that Walter gave Mike when he had a gun next to his head. It's like, yes, Walter's sure that this plan is going to work. There's more to it than he's going to let on, I think. Both Mike and Jesse want to leave right now, so we'll see if this plan of Walter's sets them free or if it just digs them into a deeper hole and they're stuck with Walter. Hank. I feel like Hank is going to find out. His picture's been bugged. And he's going to set up, intentionally like throw out false information, just to set up whoever it was that bugged him, and he's just going to catch them in the act. And I think it's just going to totally blow up in Mike's face. And maybe Hank will finally figure out, oh, who was in my office? Who touched my picture recently? Walter! I mean, it is the season finale, right, of 5A. We'll see if this big reveal of Heisenberg and Walter being the same person is. We'll see if that's going to happen next. Speaking of pictures, I totally forgot about the picture of Gus and Max. We saw, like, it looked like codes or like a location hidden behind the picture, or underneath the picture, I should say. Skylar, she reluctantly obliges to every one of Walter's demands. She launders his money, she does the bacon tradition thing, she has Jesse over for dinner. That was funny. After the pool incident, Skylar is just like, she's panicking and throwing out ideas to Walter. It was like, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it look like that you beat me. I'll send Walter Jr. away. I'll make it look like this house is unsafe. She's willing to do anything that she can think of to make sure that her kids are safe and out of the house and out of this dangerous environment. And Walter's just shooting down her ideas left and right with like the perfect counter. It's like, well, if you do this, then this is probably what's going to happen. Oh yeah, brilliant ideas, Skylar. Make it so that Walter Jr. thinks his father is a wife beater. I'll tell child services about this pool incident of yours, and you'll be locked up in a nut house. I love that scene. Skylar, she's just pleading with Walter. It's like, I don't have your magic. I don't know what to do. She can't do anything. She's forced to launder his money. She's out. All she can do is just wait for the cancer. Just wait. Bide her time. You know, when she was talking to her lawyer and discussing about, you know, what should she do? Should she divorce him? But he's got all this money. Can I have permission to spend his money? You know, like that bag of money, that Skylar kind of did this to herself. You know, she got herself into this predicament. She helped buy the car wash, laundering his money. She can't go to her lawyer anymore. She can't go to Ted. Skylar's missed this perfect opportunity of her own. You know, like in the Fly episode when Walter said, oh, I had this perfect opportunity to die. You know, Skylar had this perfect opportunity to, you know, wash her hands at Walter. The only other move that I see Skylar making right now has to do with Walter's image. Because Walter cares about how his children see him, or how he wants his kids to see him. And I think Skylar can use that to her advantage. If she can just set up a scenario that has Walter doing something illegal. It doesn't have to be meth related. And having Walter Jr. witnessing his father getting arrested for something illegal, like that would just like shatter Walter. Up until this point, Walter Jr. is just totally oblivious as to what's going on. You know, he's pleading with his parents. He's like, why am I living with Uncle Hank and Aunt Marie? Like, why isn't anybody telling me anything? And Walter is like, the only reason we need to give you is that we're your parents. Walter's lost Skylar. Forever. if he loses his kids, too, it's just like... We'll see.
Your play, Walter. You're on your own.
Looks like you're about 1,000 gallons light here, Mike. Where's the juice? Where's the tank, Mike?
Mike doesn't know where it is. Only I do. And you're dealing with me now, not him.
Why don't you just cut to what it is you want or what you think is going to happen? Right? Because we're going to get what we came for.
1,000 gallons of methylamine is worth more in my hands than it is in yours, or anyone else's for that matter. But I need distribution.
Distribution.
That's right.
Why the hell would we want you? You realize we have our own operation, right?
You produce a meth that's 70% pure, if you're lucky. What I produce is 99.1% pure.
So?
So?
So, it's
Better?
grade school T-ball versus the New York Yankees. Yours is just some tepid, off-brand, generic cola. What I'm making is classic Coke.
If we just waste you right here, right now, and leave you in the desert, then there is no more Coke on the market, right? See how that works? There's only us.
Do you really want to live in a world without Coca-Cola? My partner tells me that your crew switched to a P2P cook because of our success. You dye your meth with food coloring to make it look like mine. You already hate my product at every turn. But now, you have the opportunity to sell it yourself. That's $130 million of profit that isn't being pissed away by some substandard cook.
It's all elementary.
You've got the greatest meth cook in America. No, the two greatest meth cooks.
Nice save.
Right here. With our skills, you'll earn more from that 35% than you ever would on your own.
Yeah. So you say. Just wondering why we're so lucky. Why cut us in?
Mike is retiring from our crew, so his share of the partnership is available if you can handle his end, distribution. And if you give him $5 million of the $15 million that you brought today, just think of it as a finder's fee for bringing us together.
Who the hell are you?
You know. You all know exactly who I am.
Say it. Where's your hat?
Say my name.
You what? I don't have a damn clue who the hell you are.
Yeah, you do. I'm the cook. I'm the man who killed Gus Fring.
Bullshit. Cartel got framed.
You sure? That's right. Now, say my name.
Heisenberg.
You're goddamn right.
Branding. Word of mouth.
Maybe we should talk about how and when I'm gonna get my $5 million.
Give me some time here, okay? I'll need a little help getting things up and running during this transition. You can at least do that for me, right? Huh? Come on, don't worry. We'll figure it out.
Parting thoughts, of which I have two. First, as I said, I'll handle the legacy cost out of my end, so you won't have to worry about my guys anymore. Second, the bug. The DEA will do a sweep. Can't say when, could be any time, but you need to get it out of there, sooner rather than later.
Mike, he's on the ball.
Oh, thanks for the $5 million. No. Sorry for chaining you to a radiator.
Just get the bug, Walter. Kid, just look out for yourself.
Okay, Jesse, back it up.
Oh, Jesus.
You're good. Keep it coming. Straight back. Slow it down. All right, that's good.
Oh, hey, Mrs. White.
Hey, Mrs. White.
really want to know?
Why are you hiding it here?
Don't worry about it.
Who are you hiding it from?
I said, don't worry about it.
From the police? Or someone else? Someone who would kill for it?
Why don't you go back in the office? Why don't you go back in the office and let us do this? We'll get it out of your hair.
Oh, what'd you bring me this time?
They're bacon banana cookies.
Is there bacon in these? Oh my God.
Just bits, just little bits of bacon, just enough to make those suckers really pop.
Bacon and banana cookies? They said that was a myth. Such a simple scene, but like just the way it was shot, so complex.
I guess this is it for a while. Don't worry about the families. They'll keep getting their deliveries.
Man of his word, Mike. Mike. Jeez.
How's that restraining order working out for you?
If you want me to read that, I'm gonna need my glasses.
Bad you had to make the trip out from headquarters, Sergeant.
I bet you, man. When a cop kills himself, they want a full report. Just to say hello to who's in charge of the records.
Single contact wound, powder burn on his temple and right hand. Suicide, okay.
Sway, can you just take a second and talk about all this?
Yeah, sure.
Ugh, come on.
But you know what I think we need to talk about? Is doubling down.
Doubling down.
Cooking 100 pounds a week, not 50. As in starting a new lab. A lab that you'll run. A cook all of your own. Why not? You deserve it. You're every bit as good as me. Well, what do you think?
Sway, I think that nothing has changed for me. I just want to get my money and get out.
To do what, Jesse?
Well, I'll figure it out, all right?
Look at you. What have you got in your life? Huh? Nothing. Nobody. Oh, wait, yes. Video games and go-karts. Oh, and when you get tired of that, what then? Huh? And how soon will you start using again? Look, I know how upset you are about what happened to this boy. I am just as upset as you are.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
What, do I have to curl up in a ball in tears in front of you? Do I have to lock myself away in a room and get high to prove it to you? What happened to that boy is a tragedy, and it tears me up inside. But because it happened, what, am I supposed to just lie down and die with him? What Todd did, you and I have done things that are just as bad.
Matt Damon.
What, just because I don't want to cook meth anymore, I'm lying down? How many more people are gonna die because of us?
No one. None. Now that we're in control, no one else gets hurt.
You keep saying that, and it's bullshit every time. Always. You know what? I'm done. Okay? You just give me my money, and you and we're done.
Isn't it filthy blood money? I mean, you're so pure. You have such emotional depth. No. You shouldn't touch that dirty money. I'll save you from that, Jesse.
I'm done.
No, you're not. You're not done. You're not leaving. Because if you leave, you get nothing. You understand me? Nothing! Jesse!
Nice try, Walter. But he's not the same Jesse Pinkman as season 1.
But we're waiting on action reports to demonstrate that we're actually getting worthwhile results. Current budget from our undercover operations.
Maybe Hank's going into the zone.
Hank,
Or is he blinded by rage? Just drowning everything out. It's like, why can't I catch anything on this guy?
I hear you're personally serving search warrants out in the field.
That was an error in judgment. Won't happen again.
Old
You're
habits.
damn right it won't. I'm just going to bottom line this for you. Their surveillance budget for ermine trout is now 0. We clear?
Sure.
He's not even bothering to throw our tails anymore. He's just living a boring old man life like he has nothing left to hide.
And none of Fring's crew's talking?
Not giving an inch.
Sweet and hot enough? 0 jail time and a marksman's paid trip to Maui?
Not that, but close. Nobody wants to bite.
Christ. They're the most loyal crew in history, or someone's still paying them off. We found out more about the lawyer?
You want me to start tailing a lawyer? Like the shit ain't deep enough for you already?
Maybe he said we couldn't follow airman trout. He didn't say anything about anybody else.
He's got great instincts.
All right. Shall we get started? I know
Ah!
most of this, or all of this, is going to be new to you.
Matt Damon.
As we go, I'll be as detailed as possible without being
Maybe Todd has like a photographic memory or something.
Yes, sir.
Just remembers everything. That's right, take detailed notes. Doesn't that venomous pest, like when they rob houses, don't they take notes? And then they sell information to other robbers? Oh my god. Matt Damon. This is Gale all over again. Oh, so that is actually liquid candy.
Now, all that's left is to break it up, weigh it, and we're done.
Watch your density.
Wow, this is complicated. It's gonna take me a few more times to kind of grasp on it.
Oh, yeah. It'll take a few more times. You did fine, Todd. You applied yourself. That's as much as I can ask. Now, all that's left, I guess, is talk money.
We can talk money once I get this right.
Cake pops. They're balls of cake on a stick.
Very nice. Thank you, Dan.
See, I put little faces on them.
Those look good.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Oh my god, Mike is screwed.
I'm sorry, I don't... do you have any coffee? Maybe I can...
Coffee? You bet. Yeah, you bet. We can take cream, right? Yeah.
Thank you, Hank. And the blinds are closed again.
Buddy.
Oh, thank you, Hank.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry.
Hey, could you excuse me? Oh, yeah, sure. Tell me something good.
You tell me. Sweated the guy for 14 hours. That should be some kind of record.
Yeah. Quit your bragging, would you?
He's gonna do. He's gonna flip.
He's willing to give us airman trout. Waste your time for him. Throw a net around that son of a bitch.
What are you gonna do, Walter? Mike deserted you. There goes the hazard pay again. Oh man.
I'm at the park with my granddaughter.
Oh, where exactly?
Alameda.
Oh, you know what? I'm not far. I'll come to you. You just hang tight.
Yeah.
Mike, they're coming for you. Right now, they're coming.
Slow down, Walter. Who?
The DEA. The DEA. Somebody flipped. They have some kind of bank surveillance and something about some lawyer. Someone is talking, Mike, and they're coming for you right now.
Oh, man. This moment of truth. Did he just leave his granddaughter?
This is the second time the DEA has confiscated his bank. You know? Jesus, fool me once, right? He won't flip. Mike, I got you on speakerphone with the Brain Trust.
The what?
Walt and Jesse are here.
I don't want Walt and Jesse, so I want you. I need your help.
And what do you need?
I got a go bag at the airport. Passports, money, their eyes everywhere. I can't get close. I need you to pick up that bag and get it to me as soon as possible.
You know how thick the crap storm is out there because
So
of
nervous.
this? I told you not to use that lawyer. He's a hack.
Shut up, Saul, and get the bag.
Hey, Mike, I can get it to you, all right? Just tell me what to do.
No, kid, not you. I'm paying Saul. He can do the job just fine.
Yet you're paying me, and the DEA knows I represent you, so they're probably sitting in my car right now, hoping I do something stupid.
Mike, I can do it, okay? It's not a problem.
No, Jesse.
Jesus, I'll do it. Besides, you're out, remember?
Maybe he'll find Tuco's grills in the river. I think it's a different river.
The names of your 9 men.
Why? You're never gonna pay him off. What's the point?
The point is, Mike, it affects me. It affects Jesse, too. And we deserve to know.
The only thing left to do now is leave town. You understand?
Leave town, wow. Yeah, I just can't up and leave like you, Mike. I've got a family. I've got people who depend on me.
Yeah. Goodbye, Walter.
I want those names, Mike. You owe me that much.
I don't owe you a damn thing. All of this, falling apart like this, is on you.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's some kind of logic right there, Mike. You screw up, get yourself followed by the DEA, and now suddenly this is all my fault. Why don't you walk me through this, Mike?
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. We had Fring. We had a laugh.
We had a good fring.
You could have shut your mouth, cooked, and made as much money as you ever needed. It was perfect. But no, you just had to blow it up. You and
Literally.
your pride and your ego. You just had to be the man. If you'd done your job, known your place, we'd all be fine right now.
He's not gonna let it go. Peek away.
just realized that Lydia has the names. I can get them from her. I'm sorry, Mike. This whole thing could have been avoided.
Shut the fuck up. Let me die in peace.
Mike. Now his granddaughter's gonna think that her grandfather just disappeared. Tried to stay a man of his word. Tried to keep those guys paid off, and he never did like Walter. At all. Foreshadowing. There is no happy ending when you're in this business. There is no I'm out. This is gonna be heartbreaking for Jesse. Your pride, your ego, he just couldn't let it go. Just blinded by rage. Walter's just responsible for, like, all the pain in Jesse's life now. Jane, Andrea and Brock, Mike. Killed Mike for nothing. Just realized it way too late. He's just so focused on his own goals, it just blocks everything out. Kind of like Hank. You know, when he was focusing on that, the case file of Mike and trying to catch Heisenberg, and, the sound was getting muffled. He's so focused, he's just blocking everything out. Jesse's taking a notice to, Walter ordering Skylar around. Even more so than at the dinner table. And that whole back and forth between Jesse and Walter, he's saying, you can make 20 times the amount, you're letting your opportunity, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, slip through his fingers. Like, I guess Walter kind of sees himself in Jesse. He wants him to realize his full potential, like he's realized for himself. He's just astounded that Jesse is willingly, he wants to give this up. Maybe there was a little jealousy in Mike and Jesse having a bit of a bromance themselves. No longer Walter and Jesse, it's Mike and Jesse, who seem to trust each other more. So that could have been a factor in Walter pulling the trigger on Mike. Now Walter has to take care of these 9 guys, or they're going to flip. I think Todd's going to play an important part in getting rid of these 9 guys. His connections in prison. He just needs names, and get Todd to tell his uncle or whoever it was he was talking about, and then get them to take out these guys. Walter's trying his best to groom Todd into being the new Jesse. Faster, stronger, maybe not so smart. Give him a couple more cooks. He's writing down everything. Blackmail is coming, Walter. Jesse is somebody that you can trust. He's proven it time and time again that he's a man of his word. Matt Damon. The guy brings guns to jobs when there's no need for a gun. Like, how can you trust this guy? Also, he shot a kid. I don't know how I feel. It's just like the beginning of the end. No. We're never going to hear any more cool theme songs of Mike whenever he goes to work. Now Walter has to trust this Declan guy to be his distributor. The name Heisenberg. It's spreading. It's reached Phoenix. That's where he said he was from, right? And the guy was scared. Declan was scared to utter the name Heisenberg. They dye their meth blue. Mike was a good character. I liked him. He can finally sleep. It's a contamination. Or is it supposed to represent Mike? Guilt, right? Todd! Matt Damon.
Mr. White, the car's been dealt with.
No one tailed you?
No, I stayed off the main streets and kept checking. It was pretty cool the way they do that. They just turn a car To a cube.
Not the time, Todd. Are you gonna put him in? Are you gonna put him in a barrel?
I need to talk to you. In private. So what's the story? You get to Mike? Mm-hmm. You get out safe?
He's gone.
All right. What about those 9 guys in jail? They got no reason not to talk now. So what do we do?
We? Who's
You
we?
were out, remember?
There is no we, Jesse. I'm the only vote left. And I'll handle it.
My client will supply vital information relating to the organization, distribution, and production of Fring's methamphetamine enterprise. In exchange, we expect all charges to be dropped, and Dennis not only walks out of here a free man, but also receives blanket immunity.
I got 8 other assholes just like you, 4 of them within 100 feet from here. I also got Dan, the douchebag lawyer, who's gonna give me the money and Armentrout. So settle in, Dennis. Enjoy your new home. I'm gonna rattle some cages.
So?
Maybe you should order something. Do you want a coffee or something?
Not just now.
Take a hot water.
I think this would play better if you order something.
I think this will play just fine, and I'm not thirsty. So let's take a look at the list.
It's in my head. Safer there.
I see. And I suggest you pick up a pen.
Not just yet.
It was my understanding that attending to these 9 names was precisely what you wanted.
10 names now. 10. Counting the lawyer.
Yes, 10,
Yeah.
counting the lawyer. So, what, am I not tying up loose ends for our mutual benefit?
You're tying up loose ends, and I don't want to be one of them. Once I give that list, I've served my purpose, and then maybe I'm just one more person who knows too much.
You made me promise on my children's lives that I guaranteed your safety.
For Mike. You guaranteed I'd be safe from Mike. There's no way he'd ever go for this. You getting rid of his guys. You wouldn't be doing this. The names. For Mike were still a factor.
He's no longer a factor.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
What do you want, exactly? Because if you don't want to give me that list, then I've truly got no use for you.
I can grow your business exponentially.
Just give me the list.
I can do that by helping you expand into a larger, highly active, highly profitable marketplace. What do you know about the Czech Republic?
The Czech Republic?
Did you know there's a higher demand for meth there than anywhere else in Europe? 5% of its 10 million people, which is roughly the population of the Southwest from western Texas to Phoenix, are using meth. You keep your market here, but by adding overseas sales, you can more than double your current profits. And I checked, the average purity is only about 60%. They've never seen anything like your product. You'll blow their hair back. This is what I do, you understand? I move things from point A to point B all over the globe, 1.2 million metric tons a month. And all of it, right at my fingertips.
Then why didn't you pitch it to Fring?
I did. He said yes. We were in the final stages of working it out. And somebody killed him. You don't think Gus Fring built his distribution network all by himself? Give me 10 pounds to start and we'll see how it goes. With Frank, my end was going to be 30%, which I believe is more than fair.
Okay.
Trust me, if you do this...
Lydia, learn to take yes for an answer. First things first.
Maybe half now, half later?
Shake on it.
I should give the whole list.
We're going to make a lot of money together.
There's 2. Second time we saw that. Who's gonna get the Ryzen?
I think it's time I meet your uncle.
Hey, there we go.
No, I gotta be straight with you, man. Taking out all these guys is doable. But hitting them in 3 separate jails all within 2 minutes? I mean, whacking Bin Laden wasn't this complicated.
Where do you suppose these come from? I've seen this one before.
The picture in the hospital.
Are they all in some giant warehouse someplace?
Hey. It can be done, just not the way you want it.
It can be done exactly how I want it. The only question is, are you the man to do it? Figure it out.
Jeez. Oh, there's the floor man. This is dark. 1 minute to go. Jeez. There's Dennis.
Yes, it's done.
Nobody says goodbye in this show. Okay, love you. Goodbye.
Hey, Hank, I was just getting ready to leave.
Drink?
Yeah, sure, thanks.
I could go for a cold glass of Schrader Bra.
I'm thinking about this summer job I used to have.
Oh, yeah?
Back in college, I'd spend my days marking trees in the woods with this orange spray can.
Marking trees?
Yeah, crews would come in later and find the trees I tagged and cut them down. I'm thinking about that job more and more lately. I should have enjoyed it more. Tagging trees is a lot better than chasing monsters.
You're so close. He's right in front of you.
I used to love to go camping.
I knew something weird was gonna happen. I'm like, that was shot a little differently. Doesn't have to do any more hazard pay. Ah, learn from Gustavo. Unbelievable. What's Walter gonna do with all this money? Or is it just, you know, the satisfaction of just having it? Well, I mean, he did splurge on he leased a car. He didn't actually buy the car, so story's still straight, but everything is everything's falling into place. Oh man. Now Walter and Todd are best friends. Man, how long is this? Like, what time span is this taking over? A month? Oh, 2. Perfect song. But it doesn't look like Walter's enjoying himself. Man. This really sped up the year. So 52's, it's coming up.
We've been thinking, Hank and I, that maybe time to take the kids home. It's been almost 3 months.
3 months.
Maybe at this point, the best way to help repair the family would be to repair the family, you know?
No matches this time, Walter?
Take a drive with me.
Oh my god. He's got all this. What are you gonna do with it?
How much is this?
I have no earthly idea. There is more money here than we could spend in 10 lifetimes. I certainly can't launder it. I want my kids back. I want my life back. Please tell me. How much is enough? How big does this pile have to be?
Here's a familiar scene. So you're finally at the top of your game. And it's just boring. Really? They had all that time to replace it? Isn't this a hospital?
How about I'm not disturbing you or anything? I tried calling, but...
Yeah, no, I tossed all my burners.
No, I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd drop by and say hello.
Want to come in, or?
Sure. Thanks.
Saul told me what you did.
It had to be done.
I'm not coming back.
I know.
So why are you here? Exactly.
You complete me.
I saw a bounder the other day.
Bounder.
Yeah.
Our RV, the Bounder.
Oh.
Good times, right? Remember that time in the desert when you left the key in the ignition?
You know, whenever I hit a red light, I used to pray it wouldn't crap out on me.
Yeah. And then suddenly it would sometimes have that screeching sound that's just out of the blue. Like we hit a pack of cats.
Power steering belt. That's what that was. No, I always had this whole system, strategy. And I let it idle too low.
Remember the time we ran out of gas coming back from a cook?
Gage always said half full.
So you had to walk 3 miles with a jerry can while I waited on the side of the road, praying the whole time that no cop would show up, no good Samaritan.
Man, we had money. Why'd we keep it? You know, why'd we have to have the world's shittiest RV?
Inertia?
Yeah. Yeah. Inertia.
Tell him what it means.
So, hey, you know, I gotta get going. I'm just meeting up with some friends.
I gotta get going as well. I left something for you.
Oh, that's his cut of the money, $5 million. I'm sure it brought back a lot of unpleasant memories.
I'm out. I'm out.
Maybe he was addicted to the thrill of the chase, trying to be the best.
But I was interested to see you get into it because it's like chemistry itself, the process.
Yeah. I should go up with that.
Well, the family's back together.
Maybe I should brew up a batch. What do you think?
Ooh, Schrader bro?
Yeah.
I vote yes. I second that.
No? Well, there you go. It's unanimous.
All right. Do you want anything? You want anything?
No, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. Thank you.
I'll take a shredder, bro. Everything's a little too nice. Nice. Whitman's. Gail.
WW. My star, my perfect sign.
WW. When do you figure that is? Huh? Woodrow Wilson? Willy Wonka? Walter White?
You got me.
Okay. I can understand. That must have been brutal, that 11-month wait. Holy crap. Yes. Yes. Just like the waiting would, like, kill me. But we're going to continue next week. I don't think it's a definitive, like, he's Heisenberg. I think it's just an idea now that Hank is toying with. Like, you know how he was with Gail when Walter, threw in that, those breadcrumbs about maybe your Heisenberg is still out there. He was just so... As soon as that idea is just in his head, there's nothing stopping him. He's going to pursue it. And he's not going to stop pursuing it until he's absolutely 100% sure that this trail leads nowhere. So he's gonna throw it up against a bunch of theories just to test it. And, we'll see. Is he really out, though? I don't know if Walter's really out, though. It was probably just something that he told Skylar. I knew it. I knew they were going to make use of those 9, Todd's uncle against those 9 guys. Lydia knows how to take charge, but she made things happen. And the Ricin made another appearance. Showed up, but he didn't use it. So it's still there. I think the Ricin's going to go missing somehow. That picture from the hospital showed up. The boat, the family on the shore, and then the man in the boat sailing away. Now he really has more money than he can count. But Walter, he's so bored. Or like, it's not the same, you know? He wants to go back to, you know, the good times with Jesse in the RV when they were bonding. You know, he doesn't get that with Todd. And the thrill of the chase seemed more exciting to him than finally attaining his goal, getting everything he wanted now. Walter was right. Looks like Pinkman's using again. And him showing up just brought back memories. Good times and bad. Jesse doesn't have anybody. Seems like he's a hermit now. Hasn't gotten back with Andrea. Just by himself. And it's been months now. There's been it's a 3-month time skip. So 52 is coming up. There's still Todd or Matt Damon. And he knows Walter's recipe now. What's to stop him from going off and doing his own thing? Who's going to be next to go in that barrel? I don't want any other main character to be in a barrel. Maybe Mike's granddaughter still has, you know, the 2 million. It's just a shame. She just doesn't know what happened to her grandfather. Skylar's smiling again, but it's a step in repairing the family. What's going on right now? But now that Hank knows, or he has an idea, he's gonna go looking around. Walter Jr. still doesn't know what's going on. Doesn't even have a hint of anything weird. Still haven't found out what's going on with Gus's picture. Gus and Max. That coded message behind the picture. Where did that lawyer get those baked goods? Those look good. Bacon and banana? In a cookie? You can't combine savory and sweet in a cookie. Just the possibilities are endless now. And those cake heads. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. We're done. Season 5A. We're on to 5B. There's only 8 more episodes left. Maybe I should do 2 videos. 4 and 4. No, I think we'll keep the 3-3-2 for the second half of the season, but for that last, you know, the series finale, I think I'll do something special for that one. So I hope everyone stays safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.